Hello.
Is it clear, Karthik?
Yeah, it's clear.
My voice
Yeah, it's clear.
is clear? Okay.
Hey, Mehak. Hello.
Hi, Mehak. Good morning.
You're on mute, Mehak. You have to unmute yourself.
There you go. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Megha.
Hi, Megha.
How are you, Megha?
Very well.
Where is the champ? He's away.
Yeah, we are trying to put him to sleep.
Megha, your voice is very faint.
Is it good now?
Yeah, it's better. It's better. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Chaya.
Can you start?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Here,
Pallavi,
I
let's
will
wind
introduce
up.
this Karthik here.
Hi.
Yeah. I'm going to. This is Shaya Bandari. I worked as a teacher in Diversity the Play School last academic year. The coronavirus-led lockdown has put all our strength and recent history. It's indeed testing times for all of us in an effort to overcome the effects of the pandemic.
The voice is breaking.
Yeah.
The learning mode. We have interactive sessions. Is it okay?
I think, Chaya, we have lost you. You're not audible at all, Chaya.
Okay, 1 second. I'll just connect.
Problem is with me or Chaya's end?
No, Mehak, it is not audible for me also.
Yeah, even I can't hear her well.
Okay.
1 second, 1 second.
Chaya, you might have to sit where internet is coming good.
Sorry for the disturbance.
It's okay.
That's fine. I think, Karthik, we can cut that part, right? Can we cut
Yeah,
that
no
the
problem.
recording?
We can edit
Okay.
whatever
Okay.
part we want to edit. We can edit, not a worry.
Sure. Okay.
Do you want to leave the meeting?
Is it clear now?
Yeah, it's better.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start from the coronavirus lockdown has put all the strength and zeal to hard test by interrupting our regular lives in recent history. It is testing times for all of us. In an effort to overcome the effects of the pandemic, schools around the globe are switching to online teaching learning mode. We have interactive session with the director and founder of Diversity, the Play School, Mrs. Mehak Valecha. Hello, Mehak.
Hi,
We would like
Chaya.
to have few questions which
Sure.
will help the parents to take the right decisions.
Sure.
How is the Diversity, the Play School, helping the children in COVID-19 pandemic? We have who have already taken the admission at academic year 2021, who are about to continue with Diversity, the Play School.
Okay. So this video we have recorded solely for the closed group of parents for Diversity, the Play School. So last year when we were doing the admissions, so we have quite a few admissions happened in the month of December, and we are making sure that those children would continue with us without any problem. So there's something that has happened in the in the middle of March, and we had to abruptly cut the session in the middle, and we had to close the session 1920 forever. So what I want to say here, the children who would continue with Diversity, the play school, they will have all the online and offline support from us right from the day one. So we are thinking to start the school from, say, 10th of June. I'm just assuming that that day would be the right day for us. But I'm keeping all the doors open, even if we have to start, in the very first day of June, I don't mind doing it. And, I'm making also sure that the parents are getting enough information from us all these days, whether in April or in May. We are continuously connected with all the parents, me and Pallavi and Shravandi. So parents who have taken the admissions, they should not worry about it. And then the parents who are intending to take the admission, they should also be sure about that we have all the contingency plans with us. Yeah, does this make sense?
Yeah. How will Diversity, the play school, help the inquiries who are willing to admit the waivers for academic year this year?
Okay. So I think the whole world has gone online. I think you should all agree with me for that. So going online is just to be socially connected. I know we are physically distant, but to stay socially connected, this is the best medium that we could ever explore. And we are trying to do as much as possible around the world, be it a business, be it any industry. And education has been one of the industries that has explored it through online for all levels, whether it's a pre-primary level, primary level, or high secondary or secondary, or for that matter college, or for that matter tuition centers must also be running through this online. So as Diversity, we are all open for the new inquiries that they can take admissions with us. And as we all know, as all of us, all Indians know that the lockdown for the school might be indefinite, and we do not know how long it's going to be, whether it would be only June or July or August or September, or we don't even know when the schools are going to open. So for that, online seems to be the only best option left for all of us. So we will be there online for all of you, for the parents, for the children, for teachers, for my vendors, for who is associated with Diversity. The parents who are coming, with that little doubt that how my child is going to be for the first time going to school. So it would be completely philosophy and audacity of the parent who is taking the admission in this COVID-19 online classes with Diversity. They probably have been very, very sure about the Diversity somehow, probably with the help of reference, or they have seen this video by that time. And they are very sure that we would be able to do something in their child's life through these online learning sessions. So my parents who are trying to come on board in this difficult time for their children's engagement and exploration, I cordially invite them to come on board, be with us in the online classes. And I'm sure when the school would open, these things would fall back in the regular pattern, as we are always intending to do that. Having said that, if it doesn't happen that way, this is going to continue with my existing parents, with my existing students, with my existing all stakeholders, including the teachers, vendors, industry experts, whether it's exchange of knowledge, whether it's exchange of learning activities or any sort of problem solving skills, we are going to do it together. So inquiries who are trying to come online, they are welcome on board. I am going to address the children on a personal level on a daily basis. So this is a promise from my side. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
If the parent opts for homeschooling, online classes, do you have to continue the entire year, or they can join back once the lockdown is open?
Okay, so this question I would divide into 3 parts and give 3 different answers. Try to understand it. If you feel, Chaya, that answer does not really help you understand what I'm saying in a right way, then we can repeat the question again.
Yeah.
So the first option, because we do not have any options left, so we are going with the very first option of online. Right? So everybody has to be online with us, whether who has taken the admission before this COVID-19, whether they are going to enroll their children online with us in this COVID-19, or the parents who are, intending to put the children with the online classes in diversity and then continue with this even after the COVID is gone or the lockdowns are open and things have normalized. So we have divided 3 things. So there would be a child who is onboarding with us as a regular child who has to take online and offline classes. So this is one set. Another set that the parent says that, hey, I'm really scared. I do not even know how the things will fall in place. How would be the hygiene? I do not even know whether I should take my child out of home and then put him into the risk of putting in a lot of children. So I'm going to continue with online classes with diversity for the whole year, at least 2021. So we are open for that idea also. And the third set of this is that the parents who have never intended to send their children to a preschool and for that matter any primary school, they have thought that they would do the homeschooling forever. Diversity would onboard them, or they would go on parents board that we are the experts who would help you to help in the child's higher order thinking and execution skills. You sitting at home and we will give you all sort of expert supports, and you can unfold and scaffold things for the child sitting at home under your guidance.
In that case, how many hours of online sessions are conducted?
So it's a very, very difficult question, Chaya, because we are taking care of the children who are in the pre-primary bracket. The children are not even, haven't even crossed the age where the children are still exploring. So the pre-primary age is a very, very fragile and very tender age when the children need a lot of exploration. They need to be on their feet. They have to explore, they have to touch everything, see everything, hug everyone, contact everybody. So in that case, putting the children in front of the screen is a huge thing that we are going to do in terms of change. So when you're doing it, you have to be really, really sure what you are up to with the children.
Mm.
What answer I'm going to give you right away for this video is that it would be a journey for all of us, where we would see how the children are able to take online classes, because everybody has to come together in the online setup. Everybody has to learn the etiquettes and the mannerism on, being online. Everybody has to understand the housekeeping and hygiene of being online. You can have 20 people or 20 children online, and there's, one teacher sitting on the other side, and then she's also talking and children are talking. So it's as good as doing nothing being online, right? So for that, we have to really explore together. So for that, I urge my parents that they should be with us towards our side, because we make, a great triangle like Karthik's brand, that we make a very cute little triangle where the parents, children, and, the schools have to come together and work towards only one goal, that the child is on a, exploration path, the child is on a happy journey. And for that, if we have to, make a combination of online classes, offline classes, videos, then offline videos, phone calls, connecting on one-on-one basis, calling the parents, taking care of their queries on a, on an individual basis. So I'm going to make the whole combination of everything, because children need that much of support at this age. If you put the children, thinking that they are going to learn, sitting in front of the camera, there is no guarantee, because children's span is so low. And then, frankly speaking, when the parent come for the child's admission, the first question they ask, do you show any video or a screen? So we kind of, proudly say, no, no, this is the place where the children actually explore the world without any screen, and that's what is appropriate for this age. So we cannot go back from our own philosophy and say now because of the COVID-19 the children have to go online. So this would make a combination of everything. Sitting online with the child, having two-way traffic, that would definitely give a child a lot of faith in us and in the system and in the parents, that I know that this particular screen is going to talk to me as well, because I know somebody sitting on the other side. So we are going to make a very, very healthy combination of, say, online, offline, connecting with the parents on an individual basis, because it's an emotional journey for parents, for us, for children. Yeah. So I'm not going to give this straight answer to this question right away, that I'm going to go 40 minutes now or
Actually, I was supposed to ask you how many hours they are going to sit in front of the camera and the.
Yeah, so I think the minimum that I can right away tell you what probably suits the whole scheme of things is that minimum 40 minutes for the youngest group, and then, you know, maximum 2 hours for the children who are, PP2, PP1 and grade 1, right? But still, let's not make it as a something that a mandate from diversity or from my side. We are going to explore together, all of us. The teachers, me, parents, children, we will see if, let's say that, 20 children are joining us online in one class and 20 drop out for some reasons. Some are crying, some haven't eaten well, some haven't slept well. The parents want to drop out because of their work. So they can drop out, right? But we'll have to still take care of those children because their learning is on us, including the parents. Yeah?
Are these classes be conducted to all the grades every day?
Yes, yes. They will be conducted for all the grades. Right from the 2 years will go up to the age of 6. The children who have taken the admissions already with us for grade 1, we are going to do it for everyone. Now, the combinations have to be very, very healthy and taken by all the stakeholders. So that's how I'm going to go about it. Yeah?
Yeah. I'm handing it over to Megha.
Yeah.
Megha, you can ask your queries.
Hi, Mehak. As a
Hey,
parent, I
Megha.
wanted to know. Yeah, I'm seeing lot of advertisements on the Facebook, and the diversity website also has lot of updates like diversity is coming home. What
Yeah.
exactly is that? Can you please brief me about it?
So, like I told you in my previous answer, this work was pending since last year.
Mm-hmm.
We were thinking, because I have had a couple of parents for the last 9 years who have taken a very strong stand of doing the homeschooling for their children. So I have always been very curious how they are doing as far as the skills like science and the concepts like science, literacy, numeracy. I really want to see how they are unfolding for the children and how they are scaffolding. So whether they really involve the science or they have anything in their brain and they say, okay, let's start now. So is this the way we should teach the children, or we should have the experts intervening and helping the children? So what I wanted to do last year, I wanted to connect with those parents and tell them that, you know what, if you have a trouble in finding the right scientific method for any subject to scaffold for the child, please come back to us and we are going to help you. So it would be a combination of everything, like I told in my previous. There would be, a regular school students or children. So this is one set. Another set, because of COVID-19, online and offline. And there would be only a set. They would stick to the homeschooling, who are never intending to send their children to a school per se. So diversity is going to be with them forever as long as they need the expert supports from us. So this would become the integral part of our diversity, the play school forever. Yeah, let's take your example. Let's say, Megha says that, hey, Meg, I think I can take care of my child at home, and let me take everything in my hands, whether it's life skills or HOTS, anything I'm going to do. I will take care of his sports skills and everything. So you would do everything, I don't know how parents do it for their children, whether they make distinct line between life skills and higher order thinking skills or sports or any pursuits, but they might be doing some sort of combinations and they might be having some timetable as well. But in that, this question remains, for me always, that how they unfold a particular concept for the child. And for that matter, let's say Megha says, I'm going to do everything for my child. Whether it's music, whether it's sports, whether it's science, whether it's literacy and numeracy. So I will come back to Megha and say, hey Megha, you can always take the expert supports from us. So you are a parent of a homeschooler and we are the expert support for you. So, there would be some combination would be worked out between you and me, probably is a once a month or once a week or one subject a day, whatever. So we are all open to the ideas. Yeah. So there's a good difference between a regular school child and a homeschooler, right? Online is a contingency plan. That's all. I think going forward, when we have this COVID-19 gone, the schools would not be able to return to that, the old normal. There would be a new normal for all of us, where we would see that there's a good combination of online and offline and regular classes. Like I think Chaya knows it very well that last year we were discussing.
Yeah.
Any experts would definitely come on board who would sit at their home and then help our children to learn, music or arts or storytelling. So we had already planned in our curriculum last year that this is going to take place in Diversity 2021. I think COVID-19 has made it mandatory, so we are going to take it forever. Yeah?
Yeah, seems like it worked out in favor of that. So for the Vividers, how is this homeschooling going to help Vividers in this lockdown?
Yeah, I think the question has been answered.
Yeah, kind of.
Questions. My Vividers are going to get all sort of supports. Let's say, I'll again take an example because example makes, definition easy for all of us. Let's say Sanskar is good at understanding the subject. He's able to understand these steps. That I know that when I give the whole plan in a video and send it to you, and then you would sit with, you sit and see the, offline video and you see now I know how to do it with Sanskar, right? Once you know it, and then while in the journey, you feel that, hey Meg, we are lost, we stuck, we don't even know how to go further. So you are going to pick up the phone and call me and say, hey Meg, this step I'm stuck. So can you please help me? So my Vividers are going to get helped from us and by the whole school for any little thing and any big thing. So my Vividers are there for me forever, whether online, whether offline, whether regular, whether homeschooler, whatever.
So what is going to be the eligibility criteria for homeschooling?
So this question is very simple to answer. When we talk about the eligibility criteria in the education industry, we go by, the age, because we feel that the age has a certain milestone that have been achieved by the child, and it's taken as given. So we take the child as a well child and we say, hey, at 2, the child would be part of the toddlers group. At 2.5, the child would be the part of the play group, the nursery, then PP1, then PP2, and then grade 1. So this age criteria goes on, right? But if the child is sitting at home and then the parents are intending to, take the program from us while doing the homeschooling for their child, the age criteria would remain the same. But it exactly does not answer your question that what is the child going to learn? Is per the syllabus of grade 1 or per the stages of the child is achieving. So from my side, it becomes very interesting to help you or help the parents understand that, your child has, though, been of age of 6, but your child is not exposed enough. So he might be learning a simple stage of this subject. And then from there on, we will take it forward. So age criteria, they'll remain the same. The stages would differ. according to the child's exposure. It completely depends on what the child has been exposed to. If you ask me how much do you know about music, and I say, hey, I do not know. I probably do not even know full Saregama. So don't you think that age 0 applies at the age of, this big adult age? So that stage applies of 0. So I would go through all the stages. The same is, applied on the child's stages also, whether it's any age. But age criteria, it's going to be the same. As our website says, the age criteria for homeschoolers as well as the regular schoolers. Yeah?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I had one more question. How is homeschooling at Diversity, the play school, is going to be different than, other online classes being held by other schools?
We should not have this question. This question should have more specificity. I belong to this education industry, so I should know what's going on with other schools.
Mm-hmm.
By knowing what other schools are doing, doesn't actually solve my problem. It probably gives me one little thing that what other schools are doing and how I could do better, right? So for that, diversity has to find a very nice combination and a good balance where the children are learning everything which is intended for that age. Intended for that age is the proper life skills, and then because the children are in the exploration, they are like their brain is exploding. So in that explosion, if you give the right higher thinking skills and execution skills to them, they are going to make the maximum use of it, right? But for that, if we intervene as experts to help them in their hearts, nothing like it. Yeah. So for that, you have to understand as a parent, whether it's a homeschooler, whether it's the online learner, whether it's an offline learner, or when the child is coming back as a regular school, learning ideally has to happen in the similar manner. It should not change because philosophies don't change, right? Philosophies can be enhanced, but they cannot be twisted because you're a homeschooler, so I'm going to give you lesser. And because my child comes to my school, so I'm going to give him a lot. It's not like that. It has to be given in the similar fashion. The only thing is that stages would differ. Probably the child who is coming to my school might have a better physical activities and social activities exposure than the child sitting at home. And this homeschooler might have a different sort of exposure, right? He might be having a good perseverance skill, and then child would be achieving certain different things that my schoolgoer might not be achieving, right? So these things would definitely be dependent on the environment that you're giving at home and the what we are for intervening for and how much the child is able to take it. But most of the time, to be very, very crude in my opinion and thought and my philosophy, the parents are the magicians. They actually give that sort of environment, and children actually try to, reflect what they are learning at home and for that matter at school. Does this give the answer to your questions?
Yeah, it does actually.
Do you want me to summarize again?
No, I think I'm okay. This makes sense. I had one more question for you, Mehak. Like each online session, how many children are going to be there and how many days a week you are going to conduct those sessions?
So we have already posted our calendar on our website. So my parents are requested to see the calendar on the website. So we would be working 5 days a week, leaving all the holidays. Mm-hmm. We would be taking all classes every day. And then what was the half of the question? I think I have answered half the question. But what was the full question? Megha, can you ask again? The question, can you ask again?
Yeah, I will ask my question again. I'll repeat. How many children are going to attend each online session, and what is the frequency of those sessions going to be?
So frequency would be 5 days a week.
Okay.
Would be working as usual. We work in the regular school calendar. So this is half of the answer to the question. How many children would come in front of the camera in the class? So this has to be done in a very, very practical manner. I think the other day, me and Pallavi were talking that once we get into that mode of doing things, then we will have to figure out how many children we are able to take in one online class. Technically speaking, whatever we could do in the regular school, we did not take more than 6 to 8 children in a class or in a zone or a studio where a lot of difficult concepts were being addressed. So then we could take only 6 to 8. So if online classes would require that sort of rigorous practice, I think I would not go back and say that no, we can't do more than that. I'm going to stick to the idea of reaching each child, whether it's 1:6, 1:4, or 1:20. We do not even know, right? So there would be a couple of subjects that can be taken 1:20. There would be a couple of subjects we might have to go one-on-one, So I think that there's a child who needs me one-on-one. Probably he's on a stage where he needs a little slow support, that I'm going to be slower with him and then help the child to understand that. I think I would also substantiate my answer with one more observation. Because of this COVID-19, parents have happened to be the victims of this, the whole thing, because the parents had to now 100% be there when the children are learning. So parents have to understand first what we are up to as far as the concept is concerned. So let's say if I am exposing the children to a concept called addition, right? So addition is a huge thing that has to be, unfolded in a manner that sounds very scientific and logical and methodical, that the child has to undergo, right? And for that, I cannot sit with the child for 4 hours to do that. I would rather make an offline video and go so and tell the parent that, hey, this is what we are going to do in, for learning the addition. These things are to be in place for the child and for you, so that the child can actually go to the level of addition. So the parents have to, very carefully watch those videos and then sit with the child and then help the child understand and do the additions. I would also give an opportunity to the parent. The parent can pick up the call and say, hey, Mac, I was at this stage, I lost you. So probably can you help me how to take me to the next level in addition? So why I am very, very finicky about, concepts, method, because we are laying the foundations for the children, and it has to be tough and solid so that the children should make their beautiful buildings of their careers and their happiness on that. So the whole onus lies on the educators, the preschool educators like me. They have to be really sure about what sort of methods they are applying for the learning and for understanding the concepts for the children. Yeah? So Megha, does this answer?
Yeah, it does, Mehak.
Yeah.
I have one question from new parent actually. Why would they want to choose Diversity the Play School for their child? New admissions,
So I think this question, the parent has to answer himself. From a school side, I will make sure that we are marketing and advertising the appropriate material and appropriate philosophy to the parents. And the parents have all the liberty to check with all the schools how they are doing online per se in this COVID-19 era. Then they have to really make the whole list of schools, and then they say, take probably diversity weigh the most, and they would choose us. And for that, if they need support any videos, so offline videos, we are going to give them. We are going to give them the trial on our little Triangle app so that they can see how we are doing. They can compare us with the other schools. They can chit-chat with the academic counselors. They can, talk to me over the phone. If we are really making a sincere sensibility for the parent, we have all the rights to be chosen by those parents, right? And then for that, we do not have any other way to be with the parent other than the phone call, because we cannot even go and meet them physically, because I know the whole body language is going to give them a lot of assurance that yes, I know diversity is the best place school. They might be hearing my enthusiastic voice on the phone and say, I know this lady might be genuine, give us the right path for our child's learning journey in this difficult time, and then online classes might turn out to be the best for my child with diversity. So I always, with this video, if Pallavi is going to send to my new inquiries, I would tell them they must do the trial with Diversity, the Play School, and I'm all open to give them the trial classes from our side. Yeah.
Okay, so say a new parent chooses the diversity for his child. How does one start with?
Yeah, it's a good question. So, see, the settling time, generally what happens when the child comes in here, I think Chaya has been very instrumental in that while settling the children. So children needed a lot of, cuddling, love, that warmth, and then one person to rely on, being away from home. And the children needed the support for their emotional security. So we did it all that when the children were regular with us. In online, when the parents are very sure that they are going to start with diversity and say, yes, bang on, yeah, let's go with diversity. But how to settle the child, right? The child is going to be very new to us. We are going to be new to the child. So for that, we should have one settlement plan for that parent and for that child. So for that, we might have to take the child on one-on-one, where the child is going to be with us on online sessions one-on-one, and we will discuss with the parent, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps, and then the parents can come on board that way. This time, child is not going to cry because the child is sitting at home. Where the child might be shying away from the camera. So the other day I was telling Pallavi, this time the children have a very good opportunity to learn the etiquettes of sitting in front of the camera. Believe me, I have not learned these etiquettes of cameras, and I do not know the mannerism. I think this recording I'll see, and I would see whether I'm looking or really looking shabby. So we all have to really understand the mannerism. So children are so young, they would take it to the stride that we understand what the meaning of cameras, right? So I think children, for them, it's another milestone for them to learn. It's another journey, exploration, being in front of the camera, being so presentable, being loud while talking, being articulated while talking. So children will all understand being in front of the camera, right? The settings are definitely different for them as well. Yeah. So for my new child, we are going to settle him in all possible good manners so that parents can onboard with us effortlessly. Yeah.
That's going to be the most crucial part for the new admissions, I suppose, right?
I think so, but at the same time, none of us have ever thought that we would be sitting this way and doing such webinars to convince people that, excuse me, come and see how genuinely we work. Nobody has thought that. So I think this is a journey for all of us, and I'm sure that we would, all of us, come out with flying colors. All of us. I mean, parents have a tough time. I know that. I'm a mother of a teenager, so I know what it is. So we have to be really sure what we are doing. But whatever we are going to do, even if we fail, even if we have a bumpy, jumpy road, we are still going to walk. We're still going to have discoveries. We're still going to have the exploration. We still have a lot of successes and a couple of failures. And I'm sure those failures would be our milestones. Yeah, they'll be our stepping stones for all of us. Yeah.
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 So the next one is, I think you have answered this kind of, but I'll still ask, the classes that you're going to hold online, are they going to be recorded classes or they are going to be live classes?
So it would be combination of both, Megha.
Yeah.
There should be some things, some of the things should happen online, because this time when the child is sitting in front of the screen, child's communication is not one way, because until date the child was actually getting things from the screen. This time the child is going to be two way. The child knows me. The child could be, addressed with the name, with a specific name. So child knows that, there's something that actually making sense for me. So I would talk, the child is going to talk, and it's a two-way communication. So it would be as effortless as, talking to somebody like Dada Dadi and Nana Nani on a video call. Because children do not understand the difference between formality and informality. So it's going to be online classes. So we will make sure the subjects we are going to do online for the children, they are worthy enough to go online. And then the subject we are choosing to go offline, they need enough time to understand for the parents to execute with the child. Because if I'm going to sit and help the child right in front of the camera, it's going to be so hard because the child has to keep the body together, have the hand-eye coordination, understand, see, and then write. So 5 to 6 things at one go, it's huge for the child. So what we will start with the offline video recordings. We would send it to you guys, and then you could see what we are telling you. So the whole, the method should be given in the offline video, and then you understand the steps, and then you would follow the steps with the child when the child is going to follow you. Because, and then, I'm going to make a good use of a good trait here, that every parent knows his or her own child. And I'm very, very sure Megha knows very well how my sanskar learns this way, right? Those simple scientific methods and your love for the child and your understanding about the child, they will make a beautiful combination where the child is going to be given the learning under that umbrella, right? So that is going to really be helpful for the parent. Having said that, there would be a juncture in the journey where we would see we have done online for this subject, offline for that subject. There is a possibility that can be taken this subject, which we were doing offline, now online, seeing the whole progress, even in me, in you, in children. So we would take the decisions as we go by, because we are also going to go on this path for the first time, right?
Yeah.
This is going to give us, many discoveries, or help us having many discoveries where we say, bingo, we got it, so we can do it. So it's a whole game plan that has to happen with pre-planning in some of the things, and on the way planning, and then planning with my parents also. Yeah.
So do you have plans to do assessments also in this way of learning, Mehak?
Yeah, so it's a very interesting question, Megha. Assessment has been a very, very serious thing that any school should do. And I have been very finicky about the assessment part right from my, ever since I have opened the school. So I have always been a question, why should we even assess the child?
Yeah.
Children are not here to be evaluated. The children are here to be lived with. So for that, we have made very sophisticated assessment system, and then have mapped into the technology. I think Karthik will help you later with that. And that has to be done and filled by the teachers. For that, the parents need a good amount of training. So what should we do in that case? Because the parents are going to do the learning journey with the child. So how will the child is going to be assessed by the parents? So what we are going to do, we have those beautiful concepts of assessment. Those would remain with me and the teachers. We will fill those assessment areas ourselves. What we are going to give you, we will give you a long list of parameters, and you're going to say tick, tick, tick. If the child has achieved, tick. If the child has not achieved, then you would tick no. So then we will come to know where you guys are going, whether you are going ahead, whether you are just sticking to the age appropriate and stage appropriate learning, or whether you are really running behind. So that whenever you are going to upload that evaluation sheet onto our app, we will come to know what support you need from our side in terms of the learning, and then that we will solve at one place, and another place we will keep filling the data in our app to see how we are growing in terms of learning. So this assessment part will also be an integral part of the whole program. Parents are going to fill the parameters. We are going to fill the same parameters in the app, because that app filling needs quite a bit of practice and quite a bit of understanding by the parents, that I don't think my parents are mentally ready to take from us at this juncture at least, because we are thinking this is a makeshift of the arrangements, and we are simply doing for a couple of months, and then we are going to go back to the regular schooling. So parents can just help us for a couple of months and do certain things with us that are easily doable. So that tick wala sheet is something that you can get from us. So assessment will go hand in hand. Because that will be something that will give us, some sort of a, cheat sheet where we can see what child requires further, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it is necessary for assessment to happen, and you are just going to find out, or you have figured out a way to do it.
Yes, we have figured out. We have figured out that how it should be done in a easy manner by the, and how we should get that report back through our apps and our technology.
Right. So in the same manner, like the curriculum for each grade, I mean, is that going to be the same as you do for regular school, or will that be
Yes.
different?
No, it's going to be the same. Only like I told you in my previous answer, the stages would differ. If
Okay.
really going fast because already the child has got the exposure at home, or the child is really interested in that subject. So I'm going to be a little differentiated in my activities and worksheets and grammar. So that child is going to go with that differentiated learning. If the child is still, still needs quite a bit of time, quite a good amount of time in learning that concept. So we're going to go slow. So we will do differentiated learning with that child. So, but the curriculum would remain the same. Let me also specify here, when the children are in their preschool age, or the children are in their kindergarten, we are not supposed to hurry them up. This is the time when they can pause and learn and make errors and fail and then discover. So I'm not going to snatch away that time from my children. I mean, my parents have to really understand that part. This is the time when the best experiments happen. This is the time when the children are fearless. And then you are asking me to rush the child because we have to complete the syllabus. And this doesn't make sense to me, Megha. What is the fun in completing the syllabus if it's not connecting with my child at all? So the journey has to be celebrated, on the way, and parents have to really understand that part. If my child is going to learn A to Z, what would he do with A to Z if the child is not able to play with A to Z? So I want my child to understand that there is a discovery of A to Z and I can play with that. So that has to happen from our side, and I'm all on it, and I'm going to do it. Yeah. So please believe me, syllabus is going to be the same. Curriculum is going to be very different. It's going to be child by child. People should also understand the difference between the syllabus and curriculum. And parents are not able to understand. I'm going to give a lot of insight through such videos that they have to really understand. They have to get literate. They have to get educated what the education industry is doing for the children. They cannot remain on the edge and say, my child has gone to the school, now it's the school's responsibility to take care of my child. Excuse me, unless you partner with us, the child is not going to have a journey, a fullest journey that we should have, right? And I am all on it with my all senses, with my all enthusiasm, with my all methods, with my all experts who are helping me to unfold the whole learning journey for my children. Make sense, Megha?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So one more thing, like, are you going to intimate parents in advance about whatever topics you are going to cover for children, during next month or next quarter, something like that?
Yeah, we, as usual, like in our app, we've been doing for the last 2 years in diversity. We are going to upload the curriculum and the syllabus as it is. We are also going to help you how you're going to upload back the things which you have already done. And I think Karthik is also giving us a very good feature in the app where we can really see how much the parents have finished in terms of activities. So that also we can track it easily on through our app. Yeah, so you will get the whole idea. I mean, you will get the flow, that how the whole month would look like, how the quarter should look like in terms of syllabus.
So all this sounds like a new journey, of course, due to COVID-19. So I have this thing in mind, like lot of time parents like me will come in doubt about different processes, different things, and like, you know, my child's progress. So how often can we meet the teachers or you know, when we have certain doubt?
I have, you know, if you see my website, we have answered a couple of questions on the website so that the parents who are trying to get the enrollments with diversity, so they can have the basic questions answered there. I have written in there that every fortnight we are available. Having said that, the parents can always pick up the phone and ask us if they have any doubts, because I know that if you have a doubt, you cannot go further if you are doing some subjects with the children. We can take the call and give you the answers. It's something that, and then online videos and offline videos also you can always refer because they are going to be with you in the app. Yeah. I have, you know, in the whole journey I've seen parents, when they have questions, they have been very free to ask us because accessibility has always been very effortless for my parents. So I think we are all on for that. So I still feel that fortnight thing is for sure for our official PTDs and official meetings, but the parents have the liberty to access me at any point in time. Yeah, you know, you cannot access me at the 10 o'clock in the night for sure. I might not be able to take your call, but yeah, in the office hours, we'll be able to take the calls.
So well, I had one more question. That was my last, but I think you have covered that already, Mehak. I was going to ask about the parent-teacher dialogue, like PTD sessions.
Yeah.
Were they, you know, are they going to happen in homeschooling? But like you have said, you will do that.
Yes, we will do that. Yeah. It has to be done actually, right? Otherwise, you know, there should be a goalpost, there should be a checkpost, there should be an endpoint where we would say, hey, yes, we have done it. So I always been emphasizing on one skill that we should give to the children, that the finishing skills. Those finishing skills the children have to understand. And the parents also have to consciously do that. If you have given a child a task, the child has to, you know, start, sustain, and then end. They should see the end of the thing. So that has to be, you know, imbibed in the child right from the childhood. You cannot say कि अच्छा आपने ये कर लिया है and then it's okay, you leave it, I'll do it later. I'll do it after this point. I don't believe in that, Megha. So I want my child to be dependent and self-reliant for that, and finishing skills are needed for that.
Yeah, I think I have covered all the questions that I had brought today. Chaya ma'am, it's over to you. Thank you, Mehak, for answering.
Thank you, Megha. I'm hoping that I have answered all your questions.
Yes, you did. Thank you so much.
Mahek, this
Yeah.
Mahek, can you be little specific about how the child curriculum effective? Can we also have the same sort of training?
Chaya, I think I'm not getting it. Can you please be, can you repeat?
Mahek, can you be little specific about the child curriculum effective? Can we also get the same training?
Okay, so effectiveness of the curriculum, it's a two-way process, Chaya. Let's say that if I have given in an offline video a certain way of doing certain things, and then the parents would start doing that thing with the child, and parents would come back and say, hey, Mehak, this activity is not working out, right? So then I will have to go back and, you know, see what else I can do for my child so that the child should get the concept. Because every child has a different learning style. Every child has a different temperament. So I'll have to really see what suits the child's personality and the age and the stages. For that, The parents have to come back and say, hey, Mehak, this is working out, this is not working out. So can you please help us with another methodology or another set of activities to make it effective?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
What are you going to give us the insight how we are going to work with the children learning?
I think this question I have repeatedly answered in my previous questions. Learning is a journey, Chaya. The parents have to understand that. And failures are to be made mandatory, particularly for preschools. That unless the child fails, the child is not going to discover. We cannot keep intentional learning at this age because you are going to ruin the neurons path. You are not igniting the neurons path. Come on. We cannot do this way. As a preschool educator, I cannot take a chance of, giving the whole thing to the child and kind of shoveling everything into the child's mouth and tell that, this is what you have to learn. Let the child make errors. And unless the child is making errors, it's not going to be effective. And the journey is not going to be celebrated. And child is absolutely fearless. Child has to be fear. Child is born fearless for that, yeah. I'm sorry to use this, that enthusiastic language, but I mean, this is the truth of the life, and my parents have to understand that part. Yeah. So learning journey, we are going to have together, and believe me or not, this is a new thing as parents, as educators, as children, as anybody else who is coming to help us, going to explore together. Yeah?
One more question, Mehak. Last but not the least, can you help our parents with the fee structure?
Chaya, fee structure and all, I'm going to answer the parents on their phone calls because many parents have taken the admissions. Many new enrollments are in the pipeline. We have to really talk to them and explain to them how the fee structure would look like for online, for offline, for the combination of online, offline, and for that matter for homeschool. So answering here with one figure of fee structure might confuse the parents, which is not a good idea to give here. Yeah?
Yeah, understood. Got it. And this question is for Karthik. Hi, sir.
Hi.
Sir, can we understand the technicality of online and offline faculty as you are our technology partner?
Okay. So, as usual, it's going to be as simple as we already doing a lot of things in Little Triangle. So this will be like an additional feature. Uh, Parents would be daily getting their activities list, what they have to do, and parents can go through and make their child to understand that part. And all the tools, I mean, like the videos and also any other resources like PDFs, worksheets, whatever it is, it will be part of that activity. Parent can download, take a printout, and start working with the parent. And once start working with the child, once it is completed, they can upload back to the school. And we have given we will be giving enough tools to the school to analyze that and also track the progress for each child. And also, as Mehak was telling, we are also working on assessments, how we're going, I mean, how the parent is going to fill the assessment for each child. And the teacher would take that back and understand from the parent how the child has done the activity, and they will feed back the assessments for each child. So basically, we try to make it as simple as possible again for everybody, for teachers and for parents. Once I mean, like, we are ready to release. We are doing trials now with the schools, few schools. So maybe on 15th of May, we are planning to go live. So once it is live, maybe Mac would provide with some trial content. Then you can start looking at the app So definitely, I mean, I have shown it to a couple of parents, and I feel that it is fairly easily understandable. Maybe teacher side, we may need some training that we will be doing for the teachers.
Is there any training available for the parents
Yeah,
on understanding how to use the Little Triangle app?
yeah. So most of the parents who are using Little Triangle with Diversity already knows how to use Little Triangle, how to log in, how to use the app, and this additional feature, we can provide videos for them how to use online videos. And most of the parents are tech savvy, most of the parents, so I think it is easy for them to adapt this. And anyway, there will be a video section, help section, where they can see the videos help section and figure out what is happening. And also, if it is necessary or needed, definitely we can do a Zoom webinar, one of your PTVs or whatever it is, online session or whatever it is. Definitely we can do a like 5 to 10 minutes of session how to use this app. That may be helpful for parents. Yeah,
Yeah, it's clear from your side, sir.
thank you.
Over to Mehak now.
So I think, Chaya, I have answered all the questions.
Yeah.
Like Karthik said, it's going to be easily understandable app, and it is as simple as any other app, and parents are also tech savvy. There's not much of the training required, but still Karthik has promised me that he's going to give me a short video that we can give to the parents, and parents can see how to see the activities and download and upload the things. So we are going to do it, and we are going to keep it very, very simple. Because I know that the parents are sitting at home, they have to do the household chores, they have to take care of their office days, they have to take the temper tantrums of the children. Then we are asking them to come and participate in learning. So there's a lot to do for the parent. So I'm not going to overwhelm them with one more thing that they have to fight with the technology. I think this is the only thing that is left in our life that is rescuing us, and then connecting with each other. And then let's not have any fight with technology. Rather make it keep the life simple and make it very, very simple for all of us. So from now, I would also promise that we would come up with another video where I would be talking to the parents for those, little tricks the parents can use at home to reach the child effectively for their higher order thinking skills and execution skills. So those tricks should work out for every parent, because child psychology, understanding child psychology and then reaching the child will definitely make the path easier for all of us. Instead of fighting and beating around the bushes and then complaining that the child is not able to understand, where am I going wrong? Is my parenting wrong? So because at the end of the day, as parents, we keep cursing ourselves that there's something wrong with my parent. What should I do with my child? So let's not do that. Let's make this journey, cherishable and memorable. When COVID-19 is gone, then we'll say, yes, we did it. We did this. We did this. So that sort of memories we should be left with. Yeah, and I'm sure that we will be having a normal life. I know it could be a new normal, but I think the best part of the humanity, is the adaptability, and we are all adaptable. Don't worry. So we are gonna rock and then be a good school like we are. Yeah. Thank you, Chaya, for getting me online.
Thank you, Karthik sir. Thank you, Megha ma'am.
Thank you.
Thanks,
So
Megha. Thanks, Karthik.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Good day. Bye bye.